All right, we're going to talk about two very important things today. The first is CC cream instead of foundation. It's got sunscreen in it already. This is by Aveeno. I love it. The second thing we're going to talk about is a life lesson that is one of the most valuable you'll ever know, and it is the idea of love languages. All right, got the CC cream on, and now because it's a little bit lighter than regular foundation, I'm going to use a little bit of translucent powder to set it. All right, love languages. The guy that wrote the book on love languages is named Gary Chapman. There are 5 love languages. Most people have one predominant love language with a secondary that is basically the way that they communicate affection and love to others. All right, see if you recognize yourself or some of the people that you know in these love languages. The first love language is gifts. So people that are really good at giving gifts and seeing something and thinking of someone else immediately, oh, my friend would love that. That indicates that someone's love language is gifts. And the way that you communicate affection to a person like that is to speak in their love language and to give them gifts. They don't have to be big. People who speak in the love language of gifts just want to know that you thought about them, and when they give you a gift, they're telling you that they thought about you. All right, under eye concealer to get rid of the fact that we don't sleep enough. Second gift, quality time. I'm sorry, second love language, quality time. A lot of children, their love language is quality time. If you want to communicate affection to a child or to someone whose love language is quality time, then if you give them a gift, that won't mean a whole lot. But if you get down on the floor and play with them, that means a lot to them because that's their love language. Third love language, words of affirmation. I grew up in a family whose love language is words of affirmation. So it doesn't matter if it's written or spoken, but if you love somebody, tell them why, tell them how much they mean to you. If their love language is words of affirmation, then that's the way that they will understand your affection the most readily. I have a good friend whose mother was an alcoholic and very dysfunctional in a lot of different ways, but her love language was words of affirmation. So when my friend had a birthday, her mom would send her cards, like 4 or 5 cards, tons of cards. That was just her love language. That was the only way that she knew how to communicate love. Fourth love language is acts of service. This is a great one. If you're lucky enough to be married to someone whose love language is acts of service, whew, you won the lottery. Acts of service is when someone, they may not trust the spoken word so much, but if they love you, they will do things for you. They will cook you dinner. They will mow the lawn. They will build you things. That's how they express love. All right, the 5th and final love language is physical touch. Physical touch, I think, is a love language that most people understand. So it doesn't have to be excessive. It can just be a pat on the shoulder. It can be a hug. It can be a kiss on the top of the head. But all of these things really communicate love to someone whose love language is physical affection. So most people have a primary and then a secondary love language. When my husband and I first got married, we spoke different love languages. His was acts of service, mine was words of affirmation. This was a little bit of a problem because we soon learned I really needed to hear spoken words, and he grew up feeling like spoken words were maybe not to be trusted, that if you really loved someone, it wasn't what you said, it was what you did. So it took us a little while to sort of figure out that we were speaking a different love language and we were not maybe speaking each other's love languages in a very effective way. But over the years, we've really gotten a lot better at meeting each other in the middle. Not forget the sparkle. All right, so what does this mean for you? This means that you pay attention to the people that you care about and you figure out what their love language is. NARS. Now remember to go easy on the blush because you're not fooling anyone if you're trying to pass yourself off as a dewy 20-something. Curl those eyelashes. You don't need fake lashes if you curl the ones you've got. Right, that's it. Oh wait, earrings. All right, go get them. Go be awesome. And remember to pay attention to the love languages of the people you love and to speak to them in their language.